everyone. Welcome to ABC Interactive English. I'm Mike.
I'm Rainbow.
And we're at the beach for part two of our dialogue, A Day at the Beach, with Sydney and Andrew. They've been setting up their blanket and their little place on the beach. Now they're going to be enjoying some water sports today, some fun activities you can do in the water at the beach when you are there. Are you a fan of these sorts of water sports?
Yes.
Yeah?
Wait, is snorkeling considered a sport?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, so my favorite one is snorkeling because you don't have to go way down there.
True,
I get scared if it's too deep, but you get to be close to the sky, but also close to the water and close to the land and not too close to the fish, but you can sort of see all the different layers and still feel safe.
Yeah,
so my favorite one is absolutely snorkeling.
Okay.
What about you?
Well, I do love snorkeling. You're right. It's like flying over top of the fish. And of course, the other kind of diving, we call that scuba diving. With the air tank on your back and a thing to breathe. It takes a lot of training and equipment, so that's a little complicated. I'm like you. I love snorkeling. And another fun thing that I did at the beach one time was paragliding.
Oh wow, that's so much fun.
Put on a parachute, they attach you to a boat, and they pull you up in the air, and you just hang there and try not to scream or die. It's pretty fun and pretty easy.
And pretty safe.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm okay. I lived. But I'm not sure it's as safe as maybe lying on the beach. But if you go to the beach, you can't lie there all day. You need to get in the water. Let's jump in with Sydney and Andrew and see what they're up to. Sydney and Andrew are playing in the sand and surf.
Is the lifeguard pointing and blowing his whistle at us?
He is. Oh, he's directing us to move further down the beach.
How come? We just want to enjoy the waves like everyone else.
Okay, it's A Day at the Beach, Part B. Let's check out what fun things they're going to do at the beach now. It says Sydney and Andrew are playing in the sand and surf. Well, that's wonderful. That's what you should be doing at the beach. Of course, the sand is the stuff that you walk on. It's the yellow or sometimes black, right? They have black sand beaches. Or brownish. But anyway, the sand is that dry stuff. You put your blanket on the sand, you lie on the sand, you dig into the sand to have fun. The surf is basically where the water begins at the edge of the beach. Out there, that's the ocean, but where the waves come crashing in, where the water turns from that blue color to the white color, because it's all bubbly and it's all being stirred and thrown around, that stuff we call the surf. And of course, if you're on a board trying to ride on those waves and on all that bubbly water, you are surfing. But here we're using it to talk about where the waves crash onto the beach, where all that water is being thrown around. That area at the edge is the surf. So basically, they're playing in the waves on the edge of the beach. They're having fun.
Fun.
Yes.
All right, so Andrew says, is the lifeguard pointing and blowing his whistle at us?
They're having too much fun. Maybe.
Maybe. Okay, so here we can see a lifeguard blowing a whistle. That is the motion. So if you create air from your mouth, that is the action of blowing. Now, you can be blowing on something like hot soup. If it's too hot, you don't want to burn your tongue, so before you put it into your mouth. Or you can be blowing on a candle after singing happy birthday. Or you can blow on something such as an instrument, if you're playing an instrument, or in this case, a whistle, something that makes a sound. So you're using your mouth to make some kind of air, which makes a sound. That is blowing the whistle. So I wonder if they are in trouble.
Yeah, sometimes if someone blows a whistle, like a police officer, a referee in a sports game, or the lifeguard at the pool or the beach, they're trying to get your attention and get you to stop doing something you probably shouldn't be doing.
Or you can run.
Or you can run away. Well, then they'll just blow more and chase after you. Anyway, so if the lifeguard is blowing the whistle and pointing at them, the lifeguard is also looking at them. They will know if they are in trouble, and they are in trouble.
They are?
Sydney says he is. He is blowing the whistle and pointing at us. Why? Well, as she thinks about it, she says, oh, he's directing us to move further down the beach.
Oh.
Okay, so there are some basic rules at the beach. There are certain areas where you can play in the surf and the water. Maybe other areas where you could go fishing, or other areas where you could use a board or machines to move around faster, and they want to make sure people are in the right place. When you're showing people where to go, you are directing those people. I can direct you by looking at a map and showing you where to walk, or on a GPS. I can use my arms and I can point and I can direct you that way. Or I can just say, where are you? Okay, turn left at the store and then walk 2 streets. I'm directing you by giving you information and directions. That's what we call that. So to direct someone is to give them information about how to get to the right place in the right way.
So in this case, the lifeguard is saying, I need you to go further down that way. So further means not here, but a bit fewer steps or a bit more down the road or down the beach. Not here, but far away, but not too far. That's further. So more far than here. So I might say, can you please move that blanket further away from the water? Because the surfers might be coming out of the water, or it could be dangerous because the waves could be coming up there and, causing some problems if it sort of takes you in there. So you have to move a bit further back so that you can stay safe. I think that's why.
Absolutely. And of course, the opposite of further, which is more distance, would be closer, which is less distance. So he wants them to take a few more steps, move more meters that way. I guess there's probably a sign or a flag or something, usually to show you where to do your different sports. But Andrew, he doesn't come to the beach very often, or maybe he just didn't read the signs. He's still a little confused.
Yeah, Andrew says, how come? Which is like, why?
Right,
We just want to enjoy the waves like everyone else. I guess there are a lot of people there. So he's wondering, why are you asking me to move back, but everyone is here? I wonder if it has to do with where they're sitting or something like that. We will find out very soon after the break.
This section is for wading and swimming, so we can't use our bodyboards here.
Fair enough. I don't want people to get in my way and ruin my tricks.
Actually, the lifeguard doesn't want us to knock over people.
Hey, do you want to build a sandcastle with me later?
Sure, I'd love to.
Okay, so Andrew is a little bit confused about why the lifeguard is asking them to move further down the beach because they just want to see the waves and be close to the water. I wonder what the problem is.
I think the problem is that it's not that they're trying to have fun in the water. It's how they're having fun, what they're using for the fun. Sydney seems to know the rules better, so next she explains to Andrew, this section is for wading and swimming, so we can't use our bodyboards here.
Oh, it's just the area.
That's right.
Okay,
they want to use bodyboards, but the section or the area of the beach they're in is only for people walking in the water or swimming in the water. Little kids would be there probably.
Yeah.
So if you're riding on a bodyboard or a surfboard or a small boat or whatever, you could hit people. There could be accidents because, of course, people who are wading are not swimming and they can probably move more slowly, and it would really be dangerous for people. Wading is what you do before you know how to swim, or if you don't want to swim, but you want to get the lower part of your legs wet. You take off your shoes and socks, and you basically maybe roll up your pants and walk in the water. That's a fun thing to do, cools your feet off. You can look for shells and beautiful stones. You don't need a swimming suit or anything because you're just walking in fairly deep water, or that term would be you are wading in the water.
Andrew says, fair enough. That means, okay, that makes sense. I don't want people to get in my way and ruin my trick. That's the surfer symbol. So ruin, he doesn't want anybody to come in and mess it up. If you ruin something, that means it was going to go well and you did something and you caused it to fall apart. So there are many things that we can ruin. For example, I could be cooking and all of a sudden I put in a lot of salt instead of sugar.
Ooh.
I would really ruin the meal, wouldn't I? Or I could ruin somebody's night if I told them, I don't like your outfit, you look ugly.
You ruined my night. I'm never gonna be happy again.
So that means people can say something or do something to cause something to fall apart. When things are not going well anymore, they have been ruined. So in this case, Andrew wants to do something cool in the water, and he doesn't want to be in the wrong area because you need good waves to surf, you know. So he has some tricks he wants to practice, and he wants to make sure that they work.
That's right. Maybe he has to go fast to do his tricks. If people are in the way, he won't be able to do it. Those people are ruining my tricks. They're stopping me from looking totally cool, dude. But really, it's not about Andrew and his tricks.
It's about other people that are there.
That's not why they really have these rules. And Sydney explains the other side to him. She says, actually, you know, the real truth is the lifeguard doesn't want us to knock over people. So it's not about the people ruining their tricks. It's about them hurting other people while trying to do the trick. I think it's just better for everyone. If you're doing crazy stuff, stay here. If you're doing quiet, calm stuff, be over here.
You have to be considerate of other people no matter where you are, even if you're having a fun day at the beach. So Andrew says, hey, do you want to build a sandcastle with me later?
Great idea. That's a fun thing you can really only do at the beach.
With sand.
And no one will get hurt.
That's right.
So that's good. Let's see, will Sydney want to join Andrew with this much more relaxed activity? Yes. In fact, she says, sure, I'd love to. So
Aww.
she really wants to build a sand castle.
With Andrew.
I can't remember the last time I built a sand castle at the beach.
Oh, really?
I think that's something I want to do this summer.
It's pretty fun.
I'll start thinking about my designs. And we'll be back tomorrow with more from A Day at the Beach, Part C. Who knows? Maybe they'll have built a beautiful sandcastle. Maybe they'll be sunburned. Or maybe the lifeguard will have told them to go home. You'll have to come back to find out. I think they get eaten by a shark.
Oh, no. Bye.
Sydney and Andrew are playing in the sand and surf.
Is the lifeguard pointing and blowing his whistle at us?
He is. Oh, he's directing us to move further down the beach.
How come? We just want to enjoy the waves like everyone else.
This section is for wading and swimming, so we can't use our bodyboards here.
Fair enough. I don't want people to get in my way and ruin my tricks.
Actually, the lifeguard doesn't want us to knock over people.
Hey, do you want to build a sandcastle with me later?
Sure, I'd love to.
Hello, I'm Tina. 我们来看这一课的重点单字。第一个 surf 名词，浪花、碎浪。I like the sound of the surf. 我喜欢浪花的声音。下一个单字 blow 动词，吹响、鸣起。它的三态是 blow, blew, blown. The boy tried to blow some notes on the trumpet. 那位男孩试着用喇叭吹了几个音符。下一个单字 direct 动词，指挥、指引。Can you direct me to the airport? 你能指引我怎么去机场吗？最后一个单字 further 副词，更远的。As you go further north, you will see the hotel on the right. 再往更北走，你会看见饭店在你的右手边。接着我们来看重点文法。第一个 A points at B, A 指向 B， 这边需要注意介系词使用 at。我们来看看这个例句。My mother pointed at my test paper and yelled at me angrily. 我妈妈指着考卷生气地对我吼叫。yell 指的是吼叫。下一个文法 fair enough， 那很公平，这是一个口语的用法。fair 是形容词，表示公平的、合理的。我们来看看这个对话。
Since I cooked dinner, can you do the dishes in the sink?
Fair enough.
Thanks.
Wait! I don't think that's fair!
最后一个文法 knock over， 碰倒、撞倒，这是一个可以分开的动词片语。knock 是碰、撞的意思。我们来看看这个例句。The wind knocked several bikes over. 这阵风吹倒了好几台脚踏车。以上就是这一课的重点单字跟文法，我们下一课再见喽，拜拜。
The Earthquake Engineering Hall shows the original site of the earthquake, hoping to help the public understand the importance of stronger buildings and safe cities. The Earthquake Engineering Hall has an exhibition hall and a collapsed classroom building area. There are three main themes: home safety, advanced earthquake resistance technology, and public safety. Visitors can have hands-on experiences through interactive displays. The collapsed classroom building area contains Guangfu Junior High School's classroom buildings, which fell during the earthquake. The Safe Home Fun Corner is for parents and children. Children can learn about structure and mechanics through playing with toys, playing games, and reading picture books. In the Teaching Aid section, children learn about architecture, earthquakes, and structure, as well as improve their logic and sense of space.